you see so much information online about what kind of exercises you should be doing. Everything is different, whether you're in strength and conditioning for sports or you're just trying to get jacked or trying to get toned. But in all honesty, we all have human bodies with similar joints or the same joints and the same bodily functions for each muscle group. So I'm going to show you how you should train each muscle group to make it grow. If you want to be toned, if you want to be jacked, if you want to be a bodybuilder, if you want to be an athlete. Either way, most of the stuff remains the same. I'll go over the upper body, what you need to do for exercises right here. For shoulders, you need some kind of lateral raise, whether it be machine, you could do a pulley, or you could do a free weight. You need some kind of overhead press and possibly a rear delt movement. You'll hit that by doing a flared row along with the upper back. So if you're running out of time in your upper workout, then you can kind of skip the rear delt isolations. But if you do need some rear delt work, you can include something like a rear delt fly. For your chest, you'll need some kind of flat press or a flat fly. And for your upper chest, an incline press or a low to high fly works as well. For your back, a tucked elbow row hits your lats, a vertical pull hits your lats again, and a flared pull will hit your upper back. I'll throw some back extensions in there as something optional, but those are something that you do with your leg movements most of the time. And for abs, a crunch, a leg raise, and a stable movement works just as well as any other muscle group. You should be training abs any differently. I see a lot of workout circuits online, and that's really not necessary. Crunch, you can add weight to that. Leg raise, start back supported, and then progress to hanging. And for a stable movement, something like a farmer's carry works great. Progress these movements and you'll see growth. Here we go. This simple stuff, staple bodybuilding movement. Obviously a lat pull down, it's gonna hit your lats. The wider the grip, the more you hit your lats. Close to the grip, the more you hit your biceps. Could be a good compound if you so choose. A lat raise or a lat pull down works, and along with that, a pull up works as well. And if you want to get more advanced, once you can do 10 to 12 pull ups, then you can switch to weighted pull ups. Weighted pull ups are excellent. I've been trying to do them, but I'm not exactly at 12 yet. I can hit 9 with good form, aiming for 10. And then I might tweak things around. I'll let you guys know on that one. Next, we got the upper back row. And this is going to hit a little bit of rear delts, mostly upper back here. I like to go pretty heavy on these. They're pretty fun. And if you're going to do a T-bar, be careful, be conscious of the pad. Breathe here, because if you can't breathe, it's going to be a pain in the butt to do it. If you need to, put a hoodie in between these. A lot of people just do lat movements, so make sure you include a flared arm row, because upper back is important for thickness as well. You can use the machines too. Obviously, a lat raise, we've seen this everywhere as well. Actually, the first exercise I started to do in bodybuilding, literally just take your arms out to the side. I'll go more in depth on form in other videos because we're gonna run out of time here. You can do a machine, you can do a cable, or you can do a dumbbell. Plenty of variations. And then we got some incline press, simple stuff. This is with a barbell. You can do with the Smith machine, you can do with dumbbells, stuff like that. But this will hit your upper chest. Good compound movement here, it's pretty fun. And then it's very slow. Oh, hell. Okay, now we got the regular fly. This is just a pec deck. This is a machine right here. You can do this with dumbbells. You can do this with cables. With this will hit your medial chest as well. And the opposite of this would be doing a low to high fly with your arm coming across your body, and that would be hitting your upper chest. These are pretty fun too. It's all pretty fun, all good stuff. And I'm coming to max this machine out eventually. So, pretty cool. Last but not least, we got arms. Everyone's favorite. I mean, these are honestly so simple where people can honestly get bored of doing it. All you have to do is curls, a hammer curl, which is your thumb pointing towards the ceiling, and a supinated curl, which is your thumb pointing to a wall or a side area. A tricep extension is when you extend your elbow. Very simple stuff. And a compound press is when you're more closer grip and you're using more of your triceps rather than your chest. Do both of these and your triceps will blow up. Keep in mind that triceps are 2/3 of the arm, so if you want to have a illusion of a bigger arm, focus on the triceps and your curls will come secondary. But don't forget the curls though. All right, here we go. Here's our first example of a compound tricep movement here. You got some close grip dips. Not close, but closer grip. More chest emphasis, one. could be where you're flared out in a diagonal angle. Here it's more neutral, so you can hit more triceps. I'd assume I do these weighted. You can start body weight. If you can't do dips yet, strengthen your chest, strengthen your tricep, and secondary, strengthen your shoulders. Here I got like 55 pounds and easy, simple stuff. Boom. Tricep extensions, very simple. Extend your elbow. Here my form is not the best. I'm going for a full stack here, but you want to keep your elbow relatively still. Same with your shoulder blade, and you want to just focus on the tricep extending so you can get the most isolation of it. And then a staple, barbell curls. Just curl the weight up. Supinated grip here, so I'm not hitting the brachialis or in a hammer curled fashion. Simple stuff. Curl heavy, curl big arm. Very fun. I'd argue it's even more stable than lat pull down. So many different variations of a curl you could do: preacher, easy burrow, dumbbell, etc. Perfect. Now everyone's favorite, legs. For quads, which is your front, the teardrop muscle, you'll have to do leg extensions in a squat, the ultimate movement. I love squats. There are so many different squats you can do. You can do a front squat, you can do a back squat, you can do a Zercher squat, a belt squat, a goblet squat. And there's just it. You got to find the one that's right for you. If you like hack squats, a more stable machine helps you push harder. That's an option. Leg extension, very simple. You're only going to find one of those machines in the gym, if not 2 or 3. Not really different variations there. Hamstrings, a hinge, which is when you push your hips back and your legs stay relatively straight. And a leg curl will hit the hamstrings amply. For calves, a calf raise standing straight up and a bent knee raise to hit your soleus. And bonus, abduction and adduction will hit your glutes and will hit your inner groin, or the inner part of your thigh, which is your groin. All simple stuff. Train hard. Don't skip leg day if you want big legs and if you want an aesthetic physique. All right, this stuff is always fun because you can go pretty heavy here. Here I got 235 on the bar, and it's going to be a simple staple hinge movement in RDL. Definitely going to work on these. Definitely going to work on my squat. Want to get these numbers pretty high. And a hinge could double as a deadlift too, which is just taking it off the floor. Here, the RDL, the main difference is literally just not putting it down. You're pushing your hips back. You don't want to round your back here. That'd be a Jefferson curl. Slight bend in the knees, and a good cue here is paint your thighs because you don't want to round your back and hurt your back. And I drop it. So here, leg curl is very simple. I'm doing this with a slight forward lean. You don't have to do that. You can push back into the pad. My socks look kind of stupid, but you get the point. Very simple. Just flex your knee and bend your leg. Boom. Bam. Just like that. Alternatively, you can do a seated like this, or you can do a lying leg curl. It doesn't really make a huge difference. And then obviously you got the back squat, staple movement. Obviously has to get up. This is 245 for some volume here. Straight up, go back and down. I like when you guys, or like for you guys to get the most range of motion that you can to recruit the most amount of muscles and grow your muscles the best. These are pretty dope. Sometimes it can be scary if you have a lot of weight in the bar, but if you're doing a lot of volume, it won't be too bad. And there's a lot of mobility issues, and that's something I could definitely go over in later videos. Now, dare I make the assumption and say that most of you guys aren't just training for aesthetics, but you're training to move better, and you're training to prevent injuries, and you're training just to be a better person, or maybe be better at recreational sports. Just move better in general, right? These are some things that you can incorporate into your workouts. You can sprinkle them in. I'll go into more detail in later videos, but I just want to do a brief overview of some of this stuff. So as an athlete, I've researched a lot of this stuff, and obviously it's helped me, my athletic career, but not only that, it can help you in your movement, just in everyday life. The best possible athletic stimulus you can give yourself is sprints. It's literally like there's nothing like it. If you're going to do it, I do it 1 to 2 times per week max, at least 48 hours of recovery in between your workouts, and per session, 150 to 400 meters, and nothing more than that really, because a lot of volume can kind of cook you, give you shin splints, give you injuries, and you're going to have to program that accordingly with your lift. If you guys want me to go into more greater detail, I'll do it, but check out a guy, his name is Adam Planetary on YouTube. He has a lot of great stuff. Certainly go check him out. He helped me out. And then second, we got the Soviet style of training with plyometrics. These are jumps. I'm sure you could seen some people do it in the gym. A lot of explosive movements, very dynamic, not just lifting weights itself. These can be jumps that are elastic, meaning your legs are springy, meaning you're quick off the ground. Plyometric, sprints is a plyometric as well. These are all plyometric in its own terms, depending on whatever we're going to be talking about. But an elastic plyometric is something quick off the ground. Think of something like a hurdle hop, where you're jumping over a hurdle and getting off the ground as quickly as possible. And a power one is literally just strength times force. You're trying to generate as much force as you can as quickly as possible. These are going to be a little bit slower, but you usually are able to move further with them. Think of something like a broad jump. Again, I can go into greater detail on this later in the video. They're all tied in, sprints and jumps for elastic and power. You can also do upper body plyos. If you've seen my TikTok, you probably see me do some jumping plyometric push-ups where I'm clapping my hands in between those. That's an explosive upper body movement, helps upper body explosiveness, and helps me in my recreational sports that I play, whether that be jiu-jitsu, MMA, football, wrestling, track, or whatever it is. And with plyometrics, you're going to have to program these carefully. I would not do a lot of volume and 100% completely rest in between your sets. Do that for the jumps and sprints. And last but not least, a good transition would be into sports. Sports is a great thing anyone could pick up, whether that's recreational or competitive, whether you are in high school, you're in college, or you're a working class person in your 30s or 40s. Go hit the tennis courts, go hit the pickleball courts, go join a jiu-jitsu gym, go box. Go do something. There's nothing like sports. There's a competitive nature to it. It trains multiple qualities, and it's very good cardio, and you'll burn a ton of calories doing it, and you'll have a lot of fun. There's so many different things you can do. Just look around your town and find things where you can get involved in and do that on top of your lifting just to be more healthy overall. Last but not least, I'd like to include some visuals of this. Here's the example of an upper body plyometric, explosive, very quick stuff. I'm using this band for over speed, something again we can go over another video, but you get the general idea. And last but not least, again, we have sprints. So these are very simple, literally just run at max effort, work on your form, because if your form breaks down, you will tweak things. It can get a little bit boring because they do take time, the sessions take time out of your day, but they're very beneficial, and that's why I like to do them myself. Very quick stuff. This is probably 40 yards here. Well, after that was all I got for you today. I got so much stuff in the bag for you guys if you were wondering on anything. I'd love you to leave a comment, leave a like, leave a dislike. Subscribe to my video. Subscribe to my channel. You guys get the memo. If anything, save the video, come back, take some notes, learn some stuff, and implement them, because that's the most important thing.